Hello, hello, beautiful souls. I am so excited and happy to be able to share your time today. Mind, body, and soul. This is something that I have talked about for a long time, and I'm just going to dive right into it. We can't heal one if the others are still sick and expect other things to not fall apart. And what comes to mind is I remember growing up and having the little rascals, like that scene where they tried to brush his hair down and like that one little piece kept poking up, and they tried to brush his hair down and that one little piece would keep poking up, right? My life has been that for in the past. And so I know firsthand, and with talking to doctors and neurologists and people, that help me on my team for my brain injuries and things like that, how much power we have just overall. And when one thing is out of balance, how it shows up in another way, whether it's physically in our body, mentally, in our mental health, emotionally, in our relationships, right? All of it plays a part because we are more than just our body. We are more than just our mind. We are a very complex being, right? Some people say we're multi-dimensional beings. I think that that's so cool. Or I remember hearing in a sermon years ago, we are a soul having a human experience. And I feel like there's truth in all of that. And, when I think of our spirit, our soul, our physical body, and our mind, I can recognize, looking back on my own journey, when one of those was out of whack, how it showed up and what that looked like for me, which is why I created the spaces that I've created for you to feel safe showing up while you take refuge, so to say, take refuge and uncover what it is that is out of alignment, what is outdated as far as beliefs or habits or mindsets or language that you are using consistently, so that you can change it and give yourself space, time, and room to heal. So an example that I can give in how strong, some people call it manifestation, but when I was in my open wounded energy, I call it toxic. I was the toxic version of myself. I was going through a lot. The world around me, visually, I saw a lot that was negative. And so my ego does what ego does best. It protected me, and it had the language in my brain protecting me by saying, oh, we should have expected that, or, oh, we knew that was coming, so let's just keep it going, right? Keep it moving. But what that ended up manifesting as was that I stopped voicing certain things to a point where I stopped using my voice at all, and I gave my power away. And when I gave my power away, I got quiet, I got small, and I internalized a lot of negative self-talk. And you have to think about how often you are speaking to yourself in your head. We are alone with ourselves 24/7. And even though I'm talking to you right now, I had to have the conversation with myself first. That frequency, that vibration, that thought, that idea, right? Before I could even decide to come and get on camera and have this conversation and share this with you all, there was a reflection on that period of who I was, and taking the fact that there's something of value that I can share with others from that, right? That's how we still process in this moment. We are alone with ourselves, and how we look at it, how I talk about and how I reflect on that experience says a lot about where I am now versus where I was in that moment. And I don't judge myself for being human, for feeling big feelings, for feeling something that was other than love and light or positivity, right? But because at that stage, when I was wounded, when I was hurting, I was grieving, I was going through all of the things, my thoughts were manifesting in my body as physical pain. And there's science on this, you can look it up. There's Eastern medicine I often say that our current medical system is catching up to ancient medicine, because this has been documented for a long time, of how our energy, what we speak, what we think, how we feel, it's all important. It's all a really valuable messenger for us, right? And it's not just fix the body and everything is okay. No, there's even a Bible verse. I don't remember exactly which one it is. And I'm paraphrasing here because I don't do exact quotes very well, but it's like, teach a man to fish. Is this even in the Bible? It's somewhere, but teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a day. Or no, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime, right? Like that parable. I don't even think that's in the Bible, but that's off subject, but that whole teaching, right? So I want to get on here and talk about mind, body, and soul, because we can't just fix one thing and expect everything else to magically heal. We are all of these layers. We are all of this. And when we come into alignment with all of those things, when we begin giving ourselves compassion, love, and grace, and get our thoughts together, we can get our soul to feel something different. Because when we attach meaning to something, which is often through emotion, right? Something that can completely wipe us out or lift us up if we attach an emotion to it. If someone we love that we have emotion attached to, like a mother, a father, a partner, a spouse, gives us praise, like it means even more because of who they are to us, right? So there's that meaning. And when we start braiding all of these things together, we give ourselves an opportunity to either show up and show out or to completely fall apart. So it's really important to understand, like, okay, this is where I'm really focused. I'm really focused on the physical. I'm obsessed with the physical, and I'm speaking for myself, right? Like I really just wanted, this natural light is killing me. But I really just wanted, for the longest time, my physical body to be okay, but it was my mental health and my soul that needed the most love. I had always been an athlete. I had always been physically fit. I was the Army certified at me as a master fitness trainer. I had accomplished Iron Soldier competitions, and I've done all of these really cool things, right? Physically with my body, but my mind and my soul were so wounded that even though people with their eyes could visually see me and say, oh, she's physically fit, she's strong, she's aware, she's this, she's that, on the inside, it was nothing but decay. It was nothing but woundedness. And my heart was in so much pain, and it was always open to give to other people, but I never felt worthy enough to pour back into myself. So where am I going with all of this? Of course, I've taken years, therapy, healers, physical therapy, different types of healing, and going through the VA and learning Eastern medicine through mindfulness and the things that they have available to us there, and working with my Akashic records and really connecting spiritually. And I started to recognize that even the military tried to teach us that all of these components were important when we did our resiliency training. And so then I started thinking, like, what else have I missed? What else has been put in front of my face that I have missed because I wasn't ready or open to receive it? I was just going through the training, going through the motions to get that little check off, mark off by my name so I could go on the 3-day weekend that we had ahead of us or whatever it is, right? There's always something that we have. I appreciate your patience with that. Working from home is completely different than working in an office. So sometimes we have to put up with things that adapt, right? Adapt and overcome. So the point of what I'm sharing with you is this, is that our mind, body, soul, our spirit, right? Our connection to the world, our connection to ourselves, and understanding of who we are and what that means is really, really important. And there are so many people out here who are missing things because they're not open to receive it, because their hands are so busy holding on to the expectations, the old beliefs, the things that do not serve them in any way, shape, or form, but belong to someone else who had a dream of becoming something totally different that perhaps they did or did not become, but it has nothing to do with you, because your purpose is yours. Your purpose is relying on you and your life experience, like mine, right? Which prepares us. It gives us the stepping stones, the blueprint to get us to where we're going, to help the people that we are assigned to help in this lifetime, which is such a beautiful concept when you look at what that means. It shows us that it's not about being an individual. And this is something that a lot of people don't openly just blurt out, but here I am again. The identifying of the tactics of white supremacy and the individualism that is often like, oh, like this doesn't have to do with someone being white or black per se in this scenario, right? It has to do with the white supremacy culture and individualism, whereas it's like me against you, competition, whereas other indigenous cultures have always been about the collective and the community and supporting one another. And so I'm inviting people in, I'm opening the doors, I'm inviting people in to understand that there's always been a space for you. There has always been a space for you. It's been about finding the community that is willing and able to hold that space for you, because not everybody is going to accept it. Not everyone is going to appreciate it. Not everyone is going to understand what that means. And so when we rise together, I genuinely believe that we rise together. There's empowerment in that. There's clarity in that. There is healing in that. And it gives you space to align the part of you, of your being, that may need it, whether that is your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul. And I'm sharing this because it is so important for us to understand that the world is changing for the better, and it's changing for the better because we're allowing one another to come together in community. And I've often heard in my family people, because I had a hermit period where I pulled away from everyone to reestablish my identity, to reestablish healthy boundaries and relationships, right? And one of my cousins, she would often tell me, God doesn't want you to be alone. God doesn't want you to be alone. It's not about isolation. It's about coming together. And while I do believe that, I do believe that there are periods of time where we have to withdraw, we have to go inward, we have to meditate, we have to pray, we have to heal and hear our own voice and work on our connection with our creator, our maker, whatever it is that you believe, right? And then when you go back into the community, when you go back into the collective, not only do you continue to heal and have that fun, have that joy, because that is a part of your experience, which I feared for a long time, but then you get to inspire that within someone else because you are showing up in a way that is incredibly beautiful and powerful and intentional because you've taken that time to uncover yourself, to uncover the newest version of yourself because you are living and breathing, as I often say. So I'm sharing this because the program that I've created, MIA, Mindset Illumination Acceleration, is here to help you speed along that track, but doing it intentionally, giving you the tools, giving you the healings, allowing you to braid together what that looks like for you. Because right now, some people are completely and totally in their heads and they want to be convinced. Some people are totally and completely in their hearts and they just want to heal and let go of the things that don't belong to them, right? And some people are in between the two and they're just trying to figure out what is left and what is right and what that means for them and who they want to be and what their purpose is. And wherever you are, that's okay. That is okay. Because I've been on every single stepping stone that I've had an opportunity to be on with this level of experience and perspective, because I'm still learning and growing each and every day too. I believe when I stop learning, when I stop actively seeking out knowledge or changes or community, I'm going the opposite direction and I'm withering and dying, right? And I'm not ready for that yet. So I think about family members who have passed from cancer and toxins and outside sources and things like that. And I'm like, I want to live. I want to live for my daughter. That was my first stepping stone, is wanting to live for her. And then uncovering that I wanted to live for me, because there are things that I want to do. There are things that are a part of my purpose and people that I could help that have nothing to do with her, right? My daughter has her own purpose, which is beautiful. Everyone attached to us or who passes through our life for a season has their own purpose. So we have to be able to let go. There's this monk that I follow, and he shared something about energy. And he's like, just be. And he used his hand like this. And he's like, just be. Because when you start to reach and push, what happens? you push that thing away. And when you come back and then you come forward, you're in a new position, right? And it may be a new one that's good. It may not be exactly what you wanted, but if there's something that you like, it's something that you are experiencing that you like, let it be. Just let it flow is the point, right? Don't resist it. Don't say, oh my gosh, I have to have more, I have to have more, I have to have more, and be greedy and try to consume it all. And then all of a sudden it keeps slipping through your fingers, right? I've seen that so often in this on the online world where people are like, I want to manifest all of these things, but I have all of these bills and all of this debt and life is horrible. And, they have all of these complaints, but it's like the tighter the grip that they have on the desire, the more they're repelling it because they don't really understand the power of their thoughts and their words yet. So that is why I really just believe it's such an important part of Mia is understanding that our mind, our body, our soul are also feeling the impacts from how we're thinking, speaking, and the actions that we're taking, which is why I have that play into sacred alignment that I really, really love and really enjoy teaching because it's life-changing. It's been life-changing for me. It's been life-changing for my clients that I've shared it with. And when you give yourself space and time and community to practice these things with and in, there's a shift, there's a change than when we're left to our own devices and expected to do great things all by ourselves, right? So let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. I know people have enough information and it's just about doing. The time for doing is now. The way that you escape that cycle that you continuously keep playing on repeat, on replay, is to do something different. And signing up for Mia is that something different. And yes, there's payment plans, there's bonuses, and there's all of the goodies and offers that I have out there. But I just wanted to get on here today and just emphasize that we can't just heal one thing. We can't just heal our hurt toe if our way of thinking is so negative that it shows up as neck pain and stress and our attitude spilling out through our mouth with ugly words and things of that nature, right? So I'm sending each and every single one of you lots and lots of love, and I look forward to seeing you in Mia, which is going to be starting soon. So I'm super excited. So sending you lots of love, and I will chat with you soon.